any psychological trauma in real life. Unfortunately, that's got an update, so I'll probably have to let that update with the other things I'm doing on Saturday. So you'll most likely see Dollhouse again on Monday. But I am not alone in tonight's chat party. Of course, I have the man from Canada. No, not Michael Elgin. No, not Lance Storm. No, not even the Mountie. It's the fourth best person from Canada. It's Heartless.
Really?
No, Heartless is the best person from Canada. Don't lie to yourself.
You know I gotta make fun. You know I gotta always reference Canadian wrestlers with him. It just makes me feel better. We also have the man from the great state of Texas who I believe he actually is getting done milking a cow at this time of the evening. It's Mayhem.
Moo.
And right on cue he makes a new joke. And of course
finally... And I had the most texting day today. I got a job, I interviewed at a gun range, and then I went and shot my gun at a gun range.
Oh, that sounds like the American dream right there. I'll tell you what. And by the way, right? We also have, something last but not least, we have Chimera Gaming, aka Fine Ninja, the man who likes to set the world on fire with his mind.
No, I like to torment you.
So you're what? He's what? Seth Rollins now? He wants to burn it down?
No, he's the leader of the Fire Nation from Avatar.
Oh, Fire Nation. Oh, okay, I didn't get the memo.
It's alright. And before we continue, I do want to go over a few things before I hit the continue button for this. First thing first, it came to my attention during the storm that Russell Westbrook has been traded from the Thunder to going to the Rockets and joining his former teammate James Harden. I'm sure me and 45, when 45 eventually comes back, we'll be discussing that in greater detail because I know Mayhem, Fire Ninja, and most likely Heartless are not the biggest basketball nuts.
I don't.
You're right. I only like football and baseball because those are the only true American sports.
That's why I'm avoiding that. Now, of course, I did watch Slammiversary this past week. Finally, after being not busy, and overall not a bad pay-per-view. No really big shocking news except Rhino's now back in Impact, so that's yeah.
Who's back in Impact?
Rhino.
Rydell?
No, Rhino. The man beast with the boa.
Rhino. Oh, Rhino. Okay.
Yeah, no title changes either, which is kind of surprising. A little bit. I was expecting at least some, but then, of course, after the pay-per-view, like a day later, news broke that LAX and Johnny Impact may be done with Impact, and they may be going to WWE or AEW. I will say the most fucked up thing I saw in this, and I have to give credit to Sue Young here, because I don't know how many other people would want to take this. She took a tombstone piledriver from the top rope and landed headfirst onto thumbtacks. She's a crazy bitch, but I'll give her credit. She took it. Because you cannot fake being tombstoned on fucking thumbtacks. Just ask Mick Foley. Overall, Slammiversary was good. If you haven't watched it, I'd give it a watch. You know, it wasn't a bad pay-per-view. Kind of predictability, but a lot of violent stuff, particularly with the women's monsters ball match and the Eddie Edwards versus Killer Cross. The North retaining the tag team titles, now not surprising since LAX is leaving. And Rick Swann still holding the X Division title, not surprising as well, knowing that Johnny Impact most likely, or Johnny Mondo, John Morrison, Johnny Nitro, whatever the hell you want to call him. I think when he goes to AEW, he's going to be called Johnny Elite, most likely. If he goes back to WWE, he'll be called Johnny McMahon. Yes, those jokes are bad.
Can I just make a good point here?
What?
You said WWE was way too predictable, but pretty much every match you said not surprising who won.
Yeah, and that was my only real disappointment, because I was expecting a title change. I'm like, it's your WrestleMania, Impact. This is your version of WrestleMania. And not a single title change. Granted, I would have liked to have seen if the North would have been added to the match and they did a change at the pay-per-view, that would have been better. The only reason I could presume they did it at the special on Friday, at the house show special, was because one of the LAX members was injured. As a matter of fact, it ended up being only a 5-person tag team match because one of LAX's members got hurt to where Kano had to break kayfabe and tell the announcers, hey, one of the guys is hurt, he cannot go. It was Santana, I believe it was, so that match kind of ended a little bit abruptly. Didn't end, I think the match could have went a little longer, but knowing the injury, I mean, the matches themselves, if we're talking wrestling-wise, they weren't bad. But if you were making predictions on who was going to win or lose, you probably weren't shocked about what happened. Like I said, the biggest shock was Rhino coming back.
I'm in Doug's favorite place.
But with
The
that out of the
boiler?
way, and if anybody
The
wants to ask
gulag.
me about WWE or anything like that, just ask me in the comments, or if you're in the chat with me, ask away. But when we last left off with Evil Within, we escaped and finished Chapter 2 by jumping into water so we didn't get our dick bit off by zombies. But now we're going back, and since it's Chapter 3, I get access to all the DLC goodies, the extra goo, and the shotgun. So let's get that little baby of joy.
I'm using a shotgun and I'm murdering zombies.
Loading Chapter 3, Claws of the Horde. By the way, I do need to turn off notifications real quick, so blue screen of death, everybody. That way I don't get messages from Dark Knight or Rosie about joining their chat parties.
But you don't want to be part of their beta?
Not really.
That's over now?
Ah, that was a great refreshing bath. Wait, it's still raining in this game, so apparently I'm in Virginia. I went from New York to Virginia. Great. Oh, Heartless left.
Hey, you went home, Doug.
We've lost the Canadian.
This shotgun kinda sucks. I can't aim with it, and I can't reload it. I have to empty it before I can reload. It's not that
Chapter
good.
3, Claws of the Horde.
Oh, Mayhem, did you check the link I sent you earlier?
The what?
That link I sent you?
Oh, I completely forgot about it.
I only have 2 bullets. That sucks balls. Ooh, brain goo. I love the brain goo. It makes me smarter.
Doug, you love the Russian prison.
That power make me think of Texas.
The
A
Gulag.
Russian
Yeah.
prison?
Yeah, the Gulag.
Alright, so we have some matches.
That is like the complete opposite of a Texas prison.
We're gonna burn all
What
these
are you
dead
on?
corpses.
Yeah, I don't know what Doug's on, but that's where I'm in.
Oh, I've been drinking.
That's where I'm murdering zombies at Gulag.
Don't you just love 4 games where the door opens by itself and you don't have a reason why? Yeah, that goes that way out.
Shit.
Yay, shotgun. Oh, how I do love a shotgun.
Wow, all these Russians are worthless. They're not
Yeah,
even
Russian
highly
zombies.
skilled.
All these zombies are worthless. Why? Because they're Russian.
Trying to remember, because I remember doing Chapter 3 years ago when I was living, well, I was in 2015. And if I recall, I hated Chapter 3.
Hey, Heartless is back online.
Burn that corpse, because I don't want to deal with any corpses coming back and kill me.
Oh, never mind.
Aren't you guys so excited that Christmas is around the corner?
Hey, I'm in Doug's
Well, I do
favorite
love
room.
Christmas. It is my favorite holiday.
It's not, I wouldn't even really say it's around the corner.
It's
Well, no,
technically around the
unfortunately,
corner
it
now.
is because, how can I say this? Walmart has
They
decided
start
to get rid
advertising
of...
like October.
Actually,
Yeah,
my
it's
Walmart's
right
already
around
October yet.
already started doing that. Already got Christmas stuff out.
What?
Yep.
It's,
Keep it up all year. Who cares anymore?
yeah. And besides,
And
it's
it's
July.
heartless. And there he goes.
I mean, Who honestly cares
Much
anymore?
better.
People believe women can become men and men can become women, so fuck it.
What are you
As long
doing?
as it isn't hurting anyone, it shouldn't matter.
Heartless is back, everybody. Say hello to Heartless.
Bye-bye.
Hello, Heartless.
Run, Heartless, run. Oh, crap.
You can't run from me. I'm the gingerbread man.
I wish
can
I
run.
could run from you,
I
Doug.
can run and never come back. That's what I can do.
Oh, those are explosive.
Those are explicit? Why are you looking at explicit? Anyways, Fire Ninja, I sent you something. Don't know if you got it. But what I sent you was regarding the Batista in that photo.
Oh. I thought it was
Batista.
regarding
Arming
strong.
bombs. Stop the blue.
No.
Stop the needle. Press X. Blue equals success. Red means you're gonna get your ass blown now.
Yeah,
Fuck
that
yeah.
is a great Batista.
Stopping the needle in the
Isn't
blue
that
zone within
fantastic?
one rotation or
I
disarm
know
the
it is.
trap.
It's
Disarming the trap
genius.
will net you trap parts.
So here's a question. Should I, of all the of all the foreign arenas, should I download Super Showdown? Or should I download Crown Jewel?
Or should you download a Super Showdown 2?
Well, there was Super Showdown, and then there was Super Showdown. Two
Which
different
one was
shows.
Australia?
And don't forget the Super Mario
Super
Brothers.
Showdown.
And download the Australian one. Because who cares about the Middle East?
A
Well,
proof from the
that's
Quickie
very
Mart.
American
That
of
is
you.
a steep drop. Holy crap.
No.
Oh, there's also the
No,
greatest Royal
that-
Rumble. I can download that.
It's just all of those except for the Australian one.
I can always download
Not really.
WrestleMania 2.
Welcome to WrestleMania.
Part 2.
Yeah, but Doug would hate that. Doug's favorite pay-per-views are December to Dismember.
We do not speak. We do not speak of that shitty pay-per-view.
See? He
Why
loves
not?
it.
Why don't you like that pay-per-view?
Are we talking the WWE version or the ECW?
They're both owned by the WWE, so it really doesn't matter.
Okay, let me rephrase that. The ones from the 90s and early 2000, or the one that had just 2 matches advertised?
It doesn't really matter.
Okay, well, the ones from back when it was still Paul Heyman running it and was still known as ECW, I could live with them. I didn't think they were that great, but at the same time, I'm the first one to say I'm not a big fan of hardcore wrestling. I don't mind 1 or 2 hardcore matches, but I'm not one of these who think that hardcore matches need to be every match on the pay-per-view. That's why a lot of the ECW guys are dead or retired, excluding for a select few. As far as for the WWE ECW December to Dismember pay-per-view, oh dear God, that went down in history as the worst buy-rated pay-per-view WWE's ever done. You know, in the Hardys versus Eminem, that wasn't a bad match, but the rest of the card can go bite a dick. Particularly that stupid Elimination Chamber match. Because of the fact of, I'm sorry, you mean to tell me, out of everyone in there, and I'm honest, I didn't really read a lot of spoilers back in the used internet access a lot back in the day. You mean to tell me we're going to have Bobby Lashley win the damn title? I was actually hoping when Hardcore Holly was put in, hey, Hardcore Holly's finally going to win a championship. Boy, was I stupid.
Well, Holly was an IC champ, so really,
No, don't shoot.
do you really expect world title greatness for him? He had his world title match with Brock,
You
and
were in
look
the
how well that
ambulance
went.
before it crashed, right?
Yeah, I was expecting because I
Have you seen
did
anyone
like
else?
My
Hardcore
patient
Holly.
Leslie. I saw him running up ahead, but
But
come this way.
Quietly, mind you.
Quietly? Why do I gotta come this way? Oh.
Have a look for yourself.
Oh, I've got to
Those
fix shit.
things
I hate when I gotta
chased
fix
me all
shit.
the way into the village.
Me too. They're all over the place.
It's WWE marks.
Leslie went through that gate.
And now the gate is shut.
Good lord.
There are too many to
You
shoot
killed
our
the
way through.
gator? Is that what you just did?
One of us could try to
No,
no,
one of
we
the
killed
enemies
the
did.
the other gets the gate open. You're the one
Oh,
with the
you
gun.
killed the gate. Oh,
The gate shut.
If you say so.
that's not good.
Yeah, I don't think the gate shutting's a good idea because that does not help me.
I don't think that's what I heard, but alright.
No, that's what I said. It's just unfortunately, I don't know how you can make out I said anything. Whoa.
Ah, damn them both thing. There is a crank on the terrace. You'll need to operate it if I'm to pass through.
All right, so I gotta do this. I gotta have my cranking ability. There, you
You gotta
stupid
do
dot.
something.
I've cranked the
Gotta
crank.
do something.
And now I gotta figure out how to get over there with Poppy out getting killed. Ah, let's just kick a door, you know, and make noise for everybody to come kill me.
Over here! Here!
Yeah, that might be a good idea.
Over
Just
here!
go walk into traffic.
That's right, this way!
Can I
That
walk
old
into
guy's gonna get
traffic?
himself killed.
No, you're too young.
No, you're not allowed to. Not until you watch Extreme Rules. You gotta watch
Not
Extreme
until you're
Rules
old
first,
enough.
then
Until
you
you're
can.
old. So you have to be 18.
What do you mean? I'm the prime age to do it.
Oh crap.
No,
Yay,
you gotta watch
dead.
Extreme Rules first. Then you can walk into traffic. I'm sure pretty much the whole staff will.
I just like the fact I'm burning people.
You're not Kane. You're not allowed to burn people.
Well, too bad. So anyway, I'm gonna get to live in this hellhole.
Good. Live there then, you bastard.
I don't want to live here. It's creepy and wrong. I would like to have more guns.
Gonna kick you in the nuts.
I gotta find a mirror so I can get my shotgun.
You in the nuts.
I do hear the safety music, so I must be close to a mirror, I guess.
Gonna kick you in the nuts.
And question of the video tonight, guys. Who's gonna be watching WWE Extreme Rules on Sunday? Not me.
I have to work. Probably not. Or I mean, then I probably.
And there's the sexy nurse. Let's follow her.
She's gone.
Leave the sexy nurse
Doug.
alone, Doug.
She has a restraining order against you. Leave her alone.
Hey, I'm a detective.
Yeah, no
I
means
have to,
no.
I have to ask her a
Yeah,
few questions and
yeah,
get some
Doug.
diction in my notes.
It's still illegal. Restraining order.
Doug. No.
You do realize what this thing called a restraining order does, right?
Yes, I know what
Make
they are, but as most lawyers and cops would tell you, that's just a piece of paper that really doesn't do anything, unfortunately.
Does diddly dick. You know what works better than a piece of paper?
A hammer, a shotgun, a
Baseball
sword,
bat.
A 44 Magnum.
a magnum, a car, a lamp, a broken light bulb, a broken bill bottle,
A tactical nuke.
a nuke, pit bulls in your yard, bear traps, balls on your
Okay, a
doors and
nuke?
Maybe
windows.
infecting yourself with the AIDS virus.
How you get your hands on a nuke? I hear this.
How are you gonna get your hands on an AIDS virus unless you go on
He
Craigslist
lives in
and literally
Texas.
ask?
You'd be surprised what you can get in the great state of Texas.
I mean,
I think
with
calling it
the
the
correct
great.
licensing, you can technically drive a tank.
Jonah Sebastian, whatever,
would-
December 2004, first day as a detective.
Who wouldn't
new
want to
partner-
drive a tank?
Maya Hansen is a real firecracker. Terendris and no Sansa, my kind of woman. But I gotta watch it around her. She's almost caught me checking her out her ass today. Well, if she's got a nice ass, you know, who wouldn't check out a nice woman's ass?
You leave her alone.
No means no, Doug.
Yeah, no means
And I would
no.
like to point out, and I'm just going to say this: women complain when men look at them, but if you're dressed sexy and or you're wearing a tight pair of pants or tight yoga
No.
pants, you
Don't
actually to be
open up
looked
that
at.
can.
Doug,
Don't.
shut up.
No. No. Who am I talking to, Doug? Or am I talking to
Now you're still talking to Doug, but I'm sorry. Even my mom would agree with me on that. If you're going to wear tight, revealing clothing, you are actually to be looked at.
So by that, I realize by saying that someone slutty deserves to get raped. Are
No, I'm not saying
aware that you
right.
just opened that?
I said to be looked at. And before women say, oh, not all women do that. If you're going to a club and you're going to say, oh, I'm going to wear a loose dress, yeah, you're asking to be looked at. Or if you're wearing tight pants. Men are going to look at, and I'm going to say this to defend the women. Men who dress sexy and men who wear the tight clothes to go out, they're asking to be looked at too.
You heard it there on
So step number one,
Doug's
don't
channel
be
that
sexy.
he too.
Well, you know as well as I do. How many times do you go out and you see women dressed probably inappropriately for something, and you know why they're doing it? They want attention.
Have attention. There's nothing.
Yeah, that's what
But
I'm
when you
getting at. If you're going to wear
say,
something that's
like,
going to attract attention, and then you get mad that somebody stares at you, ain't you the one to blame? Because you decided to wear something to draw attention? I mean, we see it all the time. I know every time I go to a grocery store or a gas station, there'll be a woman wearing yoga pants, which I don't know how that passes for clothes nowadays, but if you're going to wear yoga pants, which we know yoga pants are tight, I'm going to look. And if you get mad at me, then maybe you should have probably not wear the yoga pants out to go somewhere.
Honestly, if you wear yoga pants, you might as well just go in public with no underwear on.
Pretty much.
Well, with just underwear on, my bad.
I mean, anyone who says they don't look at attract when women or men, it doesn't matter what you are, I'm just going to throw everyone. If you don't look at someone, if you're to say, oh, I've never looked at anybody who's wearing tight clothing or provocative clothing to make me look at them, if you say you never looked at them, I'm sorry, bullshit. And before finding you say anything, Alexa Bliss, Bailey, I know they're wrestlers, but come on. Women wear tight clothes in wrestling. Now, with that being said, you should don't go up to touch them, don't go up to sniff their hair or anything, because that's when it gets weird. As the old saying goes, it's alright to look, but do not touch.
Yeah, but Doug, who's the one that always talks about thank the Lord that the camera puts an angle on or something for wrestling? You. Not me.
Well,
You.
yeah, but I say that as a joke. Everybody knows that's the joke I make with the camera angles, but they're being paid to do that. If you're a cameraman in WWE or Impact or AEW, you're being told the same thing. And they just don't do it for women matches, they do it for the men too. It's the same with almost any sport for that matter. Usually. Except hockey. Hockey's like the only one they don't really can do that because they're always... And same with the NFL, they don't really get those kind of shots since... Serial killers continue. Police baffled by cause of death. How can there be zero traces of the killer? More bodies found near Elk River community. Residents feel trapped in their homes.
Carlos, am I having the same conversation anymore?
Alright, I was reading the newspaper that's in the game. I said I was going to read every Jonah newspaper I brought up in the first part. And you know, I'm going to say something, because I don't usually get to my private life too much, but I'm going to say something. Last year I was at a beach, and I went to Virginia Beach, with a few friends. And we all know how we dress when we're at the beach, right? Men wear the bathing suits and women wear the bikinis, right?
Uh-huh.
Can somebody explain to me how I was in the wrong for looking at beautiful women in the bikinis? Seriously, it's like, men are gonna look at women in bikinis. It's just a fact of life.
What? Don't look at me.
Pretty much it's how most women in Virginia act, particularly if you're at a beach. They're like, oh, don't look at me, and I have to bite my tongue sometimes because I don't feel like getting into trouble, getting slapped. I'm gonna be like, if you came to the beach and you're wearing a bikini, I'm going to look. If you think no one's going to
Okay.
look at you, you're kind of an idiot.
Okay, so then,
The
since
man
you
has
brought
a
this up, I
point.
have one question to ask. And what how were we talking about, Doug? And did you
I
ever
don't
make eye contact?
I don't look at anyone unless they're over 21, or I presume they're 21, but I can usually tell when they're 21 usually, 9 times out of 10. Unfortunately, we don't all go around wearing ID. I just say, here's how old I am, don't look at me or look at me kind of deal. Which, unfortunately, I know that's the big problem. Plus, I can't believe I'm going to defend Randy Orton on this, because I remember this one a few years ago. They were in Roanoke for a house show. He got in trouble because he was talking to a woman the night before at a bar. The police wanted to arrest him because the woman was under 21. But my question was, then how did she get into a bar where they still have alcohol and had a fake ID? Because it came out she had a fake ID. So how is it Randy Orton's fault?
Oh, man's got a point.
I'm like, that doesn't make sense to me. We're going to blame
Okay.
Orton, but not the woman?
Well,
Prowl.
no. Here's the other problem with that. Usually, since it's America, 18 that's looked at about.
18
So,
usually, yes.
where are you getting the idea that they want to arrest him because she's under 21?
Oh.
That's nothing. No.
Let me
No.
rephrase that.
No.
Because she was actually 17. Because you didn't let me finish. She was 17, but got into a bar with a fake ID. But they wanted to arrest him because they were flirting. It looks like they may have hooked up. I'm like, again, if they would have hooked up, how can you blame Orton if she had a fake ID? Shouldn't she be the one getting the blame here?
Besides, consent laws are
That's
different in
not
each
how the
state.
world works.
I know that's not how the world looks, unfortunately. And I know some states, they do have a different age consent. Some is 18, which is the norm. There are a
Some
few
is
states that have
16.
6.
Thank God, Texas.
Some
I
are
have
16. I think Virginia is 17.
Actually, I may want to look that up real quick.
I don't know if they've changed it, but I know when I was in high school it was 17. But that was back in 2007, so it may have changed. I don't know. I mean, they did just change the laws in Virginia stating you cannot buy cigarettes unless you're 21 now. Yeah, I'm not kidding on that. That law took effect July 1st, that you can no longer buy tobacco products unless you're 21. The only loophole is you have to be in the military and be 18. And I don't know about everybody else when they went to high school, but I can tell you a lot of the people I went to high school with, by the time they hit their junior year or senior year, they were already smoking.
Crack.
Well, cigarettes. So you know it's going to be real funny when parents are now going in to buy their kids cigarettes who are like 18 or 19 years old because of how the law changed. Which to me, I think that just, I was honest, when I heard that law, I was like, that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
You want to know a dumb thing that I heard today? And I thought I'd share this and just weigh it in. I just
That's why
heard the
people have
full
rights.
version. I just heard the full version of EC3's entrance music. That's the dumbest music I've ever heard.
Well, look who's singing it.
Blue Pants.
To be honest, I
Who's
like
Blue Pants?
EC3's Impact Wrestling thing
Just
better, but
look
that
it
was
up.
better to me.
Are you talking about the female wrestler? Because it's not him.
Yeah.
It's not her singing the song.
I know
guy.
it's not her. I'm saying that theme is worse.
Ooh, wait a minute now.
Oh.
The cop we killed, apparently he's been missing Disappeared while on patrol. Patrol car found abandoned on the outskirts of town. Why do I have a feeling something's not adding up here? There's the people who's missing. I've been with them since the game started, so I have no idea what is going on. I feel like I'm missing something key here.
The dead body. You're missing a body.
Probably. Or some kind of big clue.
Where are you
Like I said, I
taking
haven't
me?
played this in 4 years.
You don't talk much.
No, she does not, but I'm just gonna look at that ass sway a little bit. Make all the male viewers and lesbians happy. There you go.
That woman has a family, Doug.
If she's like, well, if she does, they'll probably dead like the rest of the people in this game.
Detective Castellanos.
How nice.
You haven't beaten the game, so I won't say nothing.
Well, I'd been in the game, but it was like 4 years ago.
Open this door.
Yeah, so I won't say nothing. Oh crap, I forgot to edit something. God
I just
damn
know
it.
when I get to plug Evil Within 2, that's gonna be completely blind as crap.
The contents are yours. Please, come back whenever you need
Do,
to.
do, 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 do,
Alright, so I can't really pick them up because of the
do,
fact of the 2.
Oh, I thought I'd share this with you, Fire Ninja. Your best friend's coming back to wrestling on Monday.
2.
Or at least that's what the current rumor is. Your best friend's returning.
My best friend.
Oh, not Monday, on Tuesday.
Who's my best friend?
Your favorite female wrestler.
This map is fragmented as the city itself. Okay, can I actually read what that was, you dumb piece of crap? So I gotta collect map pieces, it looks like, too. Great.
Who?
Man, I gotta listen to some country music while I play this game.
I'll give you a hint. Her name rhymes with Sasha.
Sasha Banks!
No.
Courtney.
Close. What? Sasha Banks.
Did you really say Courtney Mayhem?
Yes, I did.
Yes, he did.
That is actually kind of funny. Courtney Banks is... What's Courtney Banks doing here in the Impact Zone?
Whenever someone's trying to
What does
say,
that
oh,
have to
it's a
do-
female gets her name, I always just say Courtney
What are you
because
doing?
Courtney just
Hey!
sounds so basic.
Hold on a second. Hey! Get out of there! Get!
Alright, let's see. We're gonna upgrade... We're gonna get the matches upgraded. Because we're gonna need to have a lot of matches.
Reset
and I
the
got the
system and
shotgun.
turn on power.
So we finally got the shotgun equipped, everybody, so that's gonna make things a little easier. Probably, I don't know how easier since this is normal mode. But just to prove a point, I probably should have made sure I had the shotgun available first, because I think if I remember, now that I've actually selected it, weapons. Okay, no, so I'm still stuck with the handgun for now, but you have upgraded the damage a bit for it. Yeah, let's upgrade the accuracy as well.
I like how I'm listening to country music, and I'm not even joking. I'm listening to country music while playing Metal Gear Solid.
That's just weird. Alright, now we can exit out of here. We just gotta find the man in the mirror. Yeah, that joke was probably bad, wasn't it?
Well, I was expecting to say something else.
What did you think I was going to say?
The man called Sting once you started with that.
Nah. That only works if I actually see somebody in face paint, which... Turn off the lantern. I don't want to get discovered.
Okay, I'm back.
Ah, crap. Well, I'm gonna die. I just walked into a bear trap. I'm a
That's what you
freaking
get.
idiot. Oh,
No,
for the
that's
love of God! That's 2 bear traps now. Son of a bitch.
No, that doesn't work. That
Oh,
one would
crap.
have been perfect. That doesn't work.
Ow.
No.
That dude's got an axe. Oh, I'm gonna die.
No. Can't do that one. What about this old school? Can you do this old school?
Dead. I kind of fucked that up. That was my fault.
No. No.
Yay! Time for creepy ass loading screen.
Using Mayhem's favorite weapon. The Olympia.
Mount
The bubble
Olympus?
barrel.
Technically speaking it is, but it's an over.
Don't forget tonight's stream is brought to you by Coca-Cola. It's good for you and the environment. Alright, this time let's make sure not to die. There's an idea.
Will it work? Oh, white. Works. No, I said all white, god damn it. God damn it. I said all white.
I said, damn it, Bobby.
Gosh dang it, Bobby.
All white, damn it. I said all white. No, god damn it, I said white. Thank you.
It's the big show, Paul White.
There we go.
This time let's
That'll work.
burn the bastard.
Already red. No, that looks
Yeah, you're dead. I'm glad you're dead. Ooh, brain goo. Yummy. I love brain goo.
material.
Oh, that was probably bad.
Shiny cloth. Vinyl metallic. Leather. No. Organic. Glitter. Rainbow. Ugh. Carbon fiber. Damage. No. Denim. No. Glow. No. Oh. Pearl. Plastic. Let's come on with a plastic.
I don't want to know what that was, but somebody's dead. It ain't me.
That guy's dead.
How did you know I was killing someone?
Well, somebody just fell off a what do you call that thing where you have to climb up a ladder and you're sitting up like in a sniper's nest or something?
Crow's nest?
Thank you.
A something? A something
Hey,
or
looks
other?
like we did get a new item. We got the crossbow. Alright, alright, alright. We have a crossbow now.
Or a watchtower if it's a tower.
Yeah.
Or something or other?
Oh, we have a bolt. Oh, we did not. Wait, I don't think we actually have the. No, so we still gotta find the crossbow. So we have not found that yet, but we did find the flash thing, so that's a good thing. Alright, let's go back down. Without dying.
And that's not a bad thing. That's a good thing.
Ooh, that dude took a nasty fall. Ooh, nasty.
How nasty? Very nasty or little nasty?
Eh. Very nasty because it busted his head open so much it gave me some brain goo.
Was it a nasty boy fall or was it just nasty?
Let's just say this. He probably would not get back up to walk from that.
Oh, so he needs an adult? Is that kind of fall?
Yep.
We're just gonna be laying there saying, I need a doll. I need a doll.
Yeah, he ain't gonna get one now.
That's not nice.
That does not sound like a pleasant noise I do not want to go to.
That's not nice. That's not nice. This is not.
It's one thing with Evil Within, I will say, there's a lot of stealth in this. Which I kind of have because it kind of does put to that Resident Evil thing, you know, where you have to choose when to use your ammo correctly.
This one into that one. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun.
Alright, so that's a syringe. That's good to know that's up here. Ooh, bullets. Just load the gun up real quick. Let's not turn on the flashlight. That might not be a good idea. And let's not head downstairs to the below the barn, because that doesn't seem like a good idea either. So we got that kicked down. That's gonna help me out later, probably. I don't know who's screaming in this barn, but it seems like they're sexually frustrated. It could be Brad. He could be the one moaning in here. That or Dark Knight, one or the other.
No, Dark Knight is in his own party.
Alright, so ooh, I have a key. Ooh, brain goo. I do love my brain goo.
Stop eating brain goo.
But brain goo makes me strong.
That's not right.
Yeah, alright, I'm gonna go back out the way I came. I am not gonna go down into the main part of the barn, because that just seems like a bad idea. Alright, so there's still another house I need to go look. Whoa. That's just going to take me back there. So there's only really a few places left to go. We need to check that other house, and then unfortunately we have to go inside the barn. And not just on the second and third floor. Demon dog is dead.
Oh, by the way, Fire Ninja, apparently your buddy Ali is trying to get his name back.
Do you blame him?
And apparently his gimmick is now he's a superhero. He's a vigilante superhero walking the streets. That's his gimmick. So he's like, up here we have a Brampton, in the city I live we have a Brampton Batman, which is some guy who's got mental issues who dresses up like Batman. Who even spent money to buy the old school Michael Keaton Batmobile. Replica, obviously, not the real one. So there's that.
Oh, somebody's got a sniper rifle trying to use a sniper rifle at me.
AJ Styles is a bad guy. Bad guy. Bad guy. Bad guy. So I wasn't this guy, I think.
Oh, you kidding me? I shot you in the head. Oh, yeah, you did.
Why are you shooting people in the head? That's not nice.
Ow!
That man had a family.
Because it's fun.
That man had a family.
That man had a family.
Family.
I have a family too. Bitch.
Well,
If he
tell
dies,
them to stop shooting
he
you in the head.
dies.